What's up, everybody? Hey, hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. This should be interesting. I'm totally uninspired. Jody says, great topic. I think all of us watching the game tonight are waiting to see which wins AT's Mack truck or Asia's special whistle and moving screen. Yeah, I'm curious. Brian says, I plan to watch the game out of curiosity. Exactly. Hello, Pope. Hey. I kind of don't like giving them the ratings, but I'm gonna see what's up. They got Ryan Rucco and Rebecca Lobo calling the game. What's up, Mark? Yeah, to say the very least, right? Yeah, we'll see. I watched Engelbert. Is she 100% lying? I don't know. Is it Erkillen? I'm curious which way the refs are going to call the game. Exactly. I am so curious. Not just because it's AT in Asia and they both kind of get away with stuff, but also with all the conversations about officiating. That also has me interested since that came out this week. Makes me wonder which way they're going to turn. Ann Myers. Yeah, she does. I'm glad I don't have to listen to her tonight, though. I know she's a legend, but I don't know what happened to her. Kristen Green Plains, Kathy delusional and slimy politician talk. I think there's politician talk going on both sides. I do. I'm going to do a little video about taking a deeper dive into Nafisa Collier's statement. But I definitely think Kathy definitely was into that politician talk. Now, she did not deny, interesting to me, she did not deny that she told the players, said that the players should be thankful and they should get down on their knees. She just said there are a lot of inaccuracies, right? But she did deny the part about Caitlyn. So I found that interesting. She emphatically denied that twice. Why would she deny one and not the other? So it's got me wondering exactly what's up. As Steve said, Steve wants to know about that smoke hanging out there. Brian, this should be called Thugs Final. Brian Stevens said Kathy needs to go. Now, she says, I'm not a quitter, but I think she needs to go. Even if she were telling the truth today, I think she would still need to go. But I got a video about that. Pope says, I believe she's lying about everything, and Caitlyn and C and everybody else are correct. She's completely out of touch with the real world. Yeah, Mark, it was a live stream before. I guess the commissioner always talks before the finals. She lying about everything. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think Nafisa has something to gain as well. Jody, a lot will depend on what the refs will allow. Not AT and Asia will test them early. Now, yeah. Hannah, hey, let's see what these officials do. Kristen, officiating, reviewing the blind, leading the blind, right? They both fall in the ditch. I love that special whistle or trucking. Hey, Christine, I'm seriously just wondering, right? Because I'm just curious. Is Asia Wilson gonna stick her hip out when AT's coming near it? If they get caught in a little, screen and roll action, is she going to stick her hip out like she loves to do and knock Lexi to the ground? She might want to talk to Nafisa about whether she should put her leg out. Okay. I'm just curious if she's going to put her leg out. I agree. It would make this even more unbearable to deal with or watch. Steve Smoke. Yeah. Christina, I love this. I'm going to be laughing through this game. I don't care which team. Me either. There's like no pressure on me, right? No anointed towel because I'm not rooting for either of them. Just last year for the first game after the Indiana got out of the playoffs, I didn't watch the first one. I did a live stream, but it was a non-watch party. Non-watch, not a watch party. It was a non-watch party. But I'm really curious with all the talk about the officials and with AT and AJ. I'm curious. What's this going to look like? I don't want either team to win either. Sarah, the ref. Isaac was nice to Kelsey. And like Sophie said today in the podcast, they put out another episode today. I think it's the second one this week. She was like, deep down, they're human beings, and he definitely helped her. I'm already muting it. I don't like even listening to these teams. Mo from Iowa. Hello. I was really feeling it in my belly. Like, do I really want to watch this? But here I am. She denied it about CC, Lisa. Yep. And my guess is that she's probably, when she says she didn't like the way it was characterized, that's my guess that she feels like it was, but she flat out denied the CC one. All right. Well, Phoenix won the tip. Well, of course she's going to turn pink, like, because she's on the hot seat. She's on the hot seat. Okay. Here we go. Mo. Yeah, at least they asked the hard questions, right? Akoa Makani, he was on Chelsea. Here's Jackie Young. They're moving the ball. Mack takes the shot. So both start with threes and both miss threes, and they get it ahead. And that was an air ball from Satu Sabali. Here comes Asia. And it's Asia. It's AT guarding Asia. So that's going to be interesting. AT guarding Asia. Them screen's going to be looking interesting. So everybody, hello. Everybody in the chat, hit the like button. Asia's on AT. This might be, I want this to be boring. And another miss from a point blank range. It's kind of good not to have any pressure. And Asia starts with the three. No, long two. I did a video about what CC said and how savvily she said it. I ain't rooting for nobody, Jody. And now, is that Copper who made that? Honestly, I gotta be honest. I don't care for either one of the teams, and I don't want either one of them to win. But obviously, that won't work. I think, sadly, Asia misses the layup. Sadly, I think I would prefer the Aces win. And there is AT Mack Truck Freight Train. 58,000 watching. That's nice, Valerie. Only 107 watching. It would be nice if it were 58,000. No couch runs, Deirdre. The Cats don't have to worry. The Cats don't have to worry about getting out of the way. So I would prefer the Aces win over. I don't care, honestly. But I really don't want DB to be rewarded for leaving and bailing out on her team. She went chasing the ring. Exactly, Lisa. That's exactly how I feel. And Christina, you are right. People don't want the freight train and the little smirk AT gives every time. Yeah, Cats are just chilling. It's 4 Phoenix, 2 Vegas. But yeah, I don't want Vegas to win. So Alyssa Smith has 2 fouls already. Ticket price is $25. Let me see if that was a real foul. She got her on the elbow. Yeah, she's always smirking, but so does Asia. So this is the series of smirks. So they're gonna have to watch Satu because she loves to hit those threes. ES said college volleyball on Fox. It's more entertaining. All right, it is 6-2. Phoenix up on Aces home floor. I don't know that the Aces can beat this team. Jackie misses. I don't know if the Aces can beat this team. They barely beat us. After AB fouled out or was fouled out by the official, and we didn't have Kelsey. And obviously, with all the injuries, they were so glad to get that help. It should not have even gone into overtime, but the officials got nervous and said, we better step in. Pam, amen. No DV bonus money for winning championship. She already got money from the Fever. Exactly. And bailed. So, yeah. Thug smirk fight. Satu's elbows. Satu doesn't, she ain't missing from the line. Our bench warmers took the game. Exactly. What's up, Kara? I'm live. Yeah, we're gonna see who is it gonna be. Mack Truck, AT Mack Truck, or is it gonna be Special Whistle Wilson? It is 8-2, and AT is all over Asia. There's Grandmama putting up the terrible shot. Offensive rebound from Asia. She misses. Asia gets it again. She misses. Oh, my. Phoenix is making the Aces worry at home. AT yelling at her team to get out the way. Passes it to Satu, and Vegas takes the timeout. 10-2. Yo, Mercury is doing them dirty. We'll see, Steve. That's why I wanted to see. Is it going to be extra physical or is it not with all the Nafisa Collier talk and stuff? I'm just curious. How will this thing be called? Kara, I know my stomach wasn't feeling it either. There's hardly anyone in the arena. Johanna said hardly anybody there. Rebecca says, I'll watch it with you. I kind of don't like helping with the ratings, but hey, I know a lot of people are not watching. Lem says maybe the referees will call this game such a corrupt manner that they go into 10 overtimes and all the players are taking. No, I'm not going to say that. Hope Alyssa don't pull some bricksmanship. She already got 2 fouls. She picked them up early. Yep. Alyssa said Asia made her first 2 sometime. It was some time ago. First one. So Eve says, if we watch through Adrienne, we can get the play-by-play without the ratings. Yeah, but all right, Betty Sue says, thank you so much for doing the game. There's no one else I would rather watch. Thank you so much. Although you're probably going to see more of a from me because I don't like either of these teams. But I appreciate you hanging out for sure. Yes, Lord, no injuries for anybody. No injuries in Jesus' name. I want everybody safe. Shaylin, what's up? I missed you. Not watching, but we'll stay with the channel. All right. Christina says, I agree. Oh, wait. Jody says the game should get more physical as it goes on, especially if it's close in the fourth. Will that whistle be quick? We don't know. Kathy Engelbert, in her statement, if those of you who didn't watch the live stream she did before this, she did say that they're got to listen to the players and see how they want. They got to have a whole task force. Did not call for a task force a year ago. Christina, I agree. Aces could barely handle the fever, and Mercury did very well against the fever this year. So I really don't want the Mercury to win, but they might get the upper hand on the Aces. Yeah. Yep. Right now they got the upper hand. We need to see what this is all about for sure, Kara said. Smith will be in trouble with Satu. Smith is too slow for Satu, right? Yeah, Rebecca Smith is doing way better than she did with the fever. I think she didn't really get. I don't think she really cared for Christy Sides. I think Christy Sides hurt her confidence too. And probably some of the Dejanay stuff as well. Dejanay got a problem with Caitlin. All that stuff, I think, probably affected her, that she's been doing well. And her, Dejanay was talking junk about when Alyssa started to come off the bench. It was just a mess. She would have probably thrived under Stephanie White, though. Jewel Lloyd with the crossover in the hit. They finally scored again, 10-4. So good scoring out of the timeout. Michelle, what's up? Well, I told you guys last night that I was possible that I would do this. I mean, I did last year too, but I want to see how this is going to be officiated. Ka misses. Asia with the rebound. She's bringing it up. Who she thinks she is? AB? And she got AT on her. She didn't call glass, but she got that off the glass. I think it's gonna be hard for Asia with AT on her. Okay, 12-6. So Asia she did a little screen there, a little bit of movement. Alyssa Smith's hair, I actually like it. She's embracing her natural texture. I like it. Yes, BJ. Let's see who gets that special whistle. Also, some of you think the Aces, well, they're bouncing back because they were getting blown out. Becky had to take a quick time out. Hey, what's up, Martha? Rebecca likes her natural hair too. I do too. If I could pull it off, I would. But my fro, they got Gustafson in now. Satu has got grandmama on her. AT at the top, gets it to Kalia Copper. AT, help comes. She kicks it out. They're moving the ball well. And Kalia Copper hits a tough shot. It might be a long night for Vegas at home. Aces will be toast. I think, Shaylin, I'm wondering that too. I prefer the Aces win to Phoenix only because of DB. I don't care for AT either. But I don't know. Westbell misses. Grandmama gets the rebound. Asia is pushing up the floor. She gets it to Jewel Lloyd, who does the Euro step. And that was a nasty move right there, though. She looks like Woodstock. She said, this is the hair God gave me. I'm rocking it. It's beautiful. Yeah, Miss Parker in the house. 15-10, Phoenix. Dee, thank you so much. Appreciate you. All comments are posturing for the CBA negotiations. Engelbert thought she could use CC as an influencer. Now she's trying to repair that relationship. Well, I also wonder, was Nafisa Collier also using CC's name for as to be an influencer? Stephanie White did a radio interview today. She said everybody likes to use Caitlin. I think it's a little bit of both on both sides. But Engelbert denied that she said that about Caitlin. Kelly says, I can't believe you're watching this mess. Let's see how it's called, Kelly. Let's see how it's called. Michelle likes AT more than Asia. She's dirty, but thinks she walks on water, and I hate that she has no human. Yeah, she's definitely. I mean, they're both smirks. They love to smirk. I don't want DB to get one. Yeah, Kelly, I'm glad you're here. They said you can watch through me so they don't give them the ratings. Jackie Young, misses, rebound. Westbell. Here comes Mack Truck AB with Asia on her, and she throws it away. This might be ugly. Smith, yeah, she mixes it up. I'd rather Asia than 18. Yep, me too, PM. Ryan says, is this what you call like hate watching? That's what it seems like, right? Not hate, not real hate. You know what I'm saying. You out of here, Kelly Marie. You out. Gustafson. Yeah, I'm curious too. So here comes AT and goes to the basket and scores. Thank you for being here for me, PM. Donna says it's not love watching. That's true. So they call a foul on Thomas. Asia Wilson, let's see. Was that a special whistle? It's not love watching. I think Kelly Marie got out of here. I know what you mean. Vicarious. Well, Jules. But here's my thing about that. Her saying she's lying. If she didn't say it, what should she say? So she can't really win. She can't really win, right? People are like, answer the question. Did you say it? And if she says yes, she says it, then everybody, goes all over her. But if she didn't say it, what else is she going to say? But no. We have chosen, or many people have chosen to believe Napheesa Collier over her, which is one reason why she needs to probably leave, because no one respects her. We are watching to support the other players. I'm rooting against both players. So let both teams. 2:58 to go in the first quarter. Phoenix up 5. Alyssa Thomas gets it down low to DB, who kicks it out. And they miss. Gustafson gets it. Here comes Dana Evans, who had 4 turnovers in our last game with her. DB's on her. DB, somebody give her. And, it's getting physical. Here comes Satu. Oh, my goodness. Thomas spins and then screams like a, wild woman. All right, Lisa Riley. Somebody said Alka-Seltzer. She should have gotten the referees in order. Absolutely, Rebecca. What's up, April Nicole? Just seeing. Okay, so now the Aces score. So it's 2:03 to go in this first quarter. 21-16 Phoenix. I think Aces have their hands full. Good point, Jody. I mean, we could really have a conversation about, and Gray hits the shot. Vegas is finishing the quarter strong. We could really have a shot. We could have a conversation about Fee and whether she should be trusted. Do you want to tell her anything in confidence? I'm just asking. I wish they could both lose too. Like, do you want to tell her anything in confidence? That's where the trust factor comes in there as well, also, because they're probably like, "Oh man, can I trust her? She might. Who knows what she's telling?" Yep, Phoenix has had more rest. I like that, Pope. 5 games of ties and no winner. See, Michelle said, nope. I wouldn't want to tell her nothing. I wouldn't tell her nothing. Nope. And she may not be lying. I'm not saying she's lying at all. I'm just saying I don't know that I would trust her. She keeps receipts. She should. Well, she should. In the day of recording everything, she probably has receipts. But I don't know. And in what context was it said? That's my question too that I started thinking about. Like I said, I got a video that I want to put up after a couple days of being able to think about this. Kathy said it was not characterized properly. So I don't know. We weren't there. We just choose to believe who we want to believe. Yeah, Didi, you're right. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Bonner bricks it. Brick. Everybody brick. Bonner brick. I wish she could hear me. Thank you, Didi. Both are all of them apostrophe. Absolutely. They're all politicking. She's been doing it all along too. But Kathy, she need to do better. We'll see. Yeah, MLB. She knew exactly what she was doing when she mentioned Caitlin. Oh, wow. Back door. It's a tie game. I'm still behind. I'm behind you guys like I usually am. I just don't care as much this time. Yeah, CC. Well, they put CC in a bad spot. But I now that we've had a few days, Satu misses. Asia with the rebound with 27 to go. Game 21-21. I don't know. They're all trying to. She knew when she dropped CeCe's name, it was going to be on. That's when people really cared. Evans misses. Bonner gives the ball to AT, gives the ball to somebody, and they miss. 21-21. Hey, you remember game 5? It was 23-23. That was Wickham. It was 23-23 after the first in game 5. Right now, 21-21. Hall of Famer Holly Rowe. Yeah. Most of us didn't follow lead before CC showed up on the scene. Donna says Fee's promoting her league, and that's what it's all about. That's why I said they're both doing a little politicking. So who do I want to see back? Okay, so we talked about this in the members live last night. They can protect 6 players, and I'm not 100% sure because most of us were thinking like, I shouldn't say most of us. When I think of the 6 I want Indiana to protect, I got to go. My list has got to have a point guard in it because we cannot not have another backup for Caitlin. That's what we dealt with in her rookie season, right? For the most part. I mean, at least Sides didn't want to play. What's her name from Indiana? I forgot her name already. Grace Berger. Like she didn't want to play her. So we got to have a point guard, I think, if you can protect 6. Rebecca, she said that she's going to be playing 5-on-5 and doing some Team USA stuff. She said at the end of October, see my video if you haven't seen it, or if you didn't see the exit interview, make sure you check that out. It was good. But she talked about Team USA. She talked about at the end of October, she should be ready for some 5-on-5 play. So, okay, Jules says CC, AB, KM. Okay, so it's Caitlin, Aaliyah, Kelsey, Sophie, Lexi, and Ari. That leaves KK out there, right? That doesn't mean somebody's going to grab her, but then that she's out there. But Jules is going with that because Jules is saying we need a point guard. We need another point guard. Is it going to be Ari? Is it going to be Odyssey? She says Ari. I'm not. If you core Kelsey, can you core her again? How does that all work? Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. So Lisa says yes, Jewel. Okay, let me see. Kathy and Caitlin. Team USA, Olympic Team USA. So she didn't say a whole lot, except she says she's going to be doing some stuff with them. So getting prepared for maybe the team assembling for the Olympics. Is KK protected as a rookie? There's that. Is she protected? They can protect 6, Brian, but no, but they still have to protect. Don't they still have to protect Caitlin? Michelle says, let me run this by you. Fever have 3 draft picks. Can they not trade a draft pick for an expansion pick? Way over my head. That the business part of it is I can barely keep up. I think that they wouldn't they have to? Lem says KK can come back later. Wouldn't they have to protect her? Yes. Kelsey is her number 1 priority to get her to even come back, like she said last year. Clark wasn't protected. So maybe KK doesn't have to figure in. And PM says, yes, you can core her. Back to Fee. Christina said Fee revealed all that because they find her coach kept her out of game 4, all of which caused them to lose. And because Fee was injured, was still no reforms in the WNBA. I just got to say, I'll just say a little bit before I do my video. All these players, like, what is Fee really complaining about? Is it the physicality, or is it more so the calls not going the way they want them to go? Because they've been all bragging about the physicality. So I'm confused about all the people. I think they just don't like Kathy because they want more money. But why is she complaining about, what are they complaining about? The physicality that they all praise? Ari seems to have a higher basketball IQ than Odyssey. I really like Odyssey too, though. Yes, Martha. Yeah, she makes better decisions. Okay, so Deirdre says CC, Boston, and KK are protected. So does that mean they don't have to protect? They have 6 other people other than those 3 that they can protect? Is that what we're saying? Even in this CBA? So are we saying that they have 6 other people besides? That would be 9 of a 12-player roster they can protect. CC and KK. AB will no longer be on a rookie contract, right? Yeah, well, you would expect them to have hard practices. It's professional basketball. I think the bigger problem is the schedule. They can protect 6, including the rookies. Right, PM. So that means they can protect. That means that they're included in the 6, right? It can't possibly be that they would get 9. It's 25-23. Uh-oh. Dana just took the lead. Ace is 26-25. They're doing Phoenix like Phoenix was doing everybody else. Uh-oh, 28-26 Phoenix. They came back. That core player, that team has exclusive rights to negotiate with the player during free agency for a supermax fully guaranteed contract. So that player is restricted from becoming an unrestricted free agent. So in other words, you belong to me. But I think that somebody else can match that. Copper with a 3. Goodness. 31-28. Isn't it so much more fun when you're not like totally invested in the game? Not more fun, but more relaxing. Right. You have to protect. That's what I thought, because there's no way that they would get 9. No one complained about the physicality until this season. And even they weren't talking about it until Fee got hurt. Yes, Aries younger. How old is Arie? Arie McDonald age. Arie is 27. She turned 27 this year. Odyssey Sims is 33. So quite a difference there in basketball world. So here's the problem that I think Kathy Engelbert was saying in her live stream. She keeps saying they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger than they ever than they've ever been, and so that contributes to the physicality. Blah 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 blah. Oh man, that was AT got her head hit, and Dana Evans with another 3, 32-31. So she's saying that the players want a certain level of physical play. And then they don't want a certain other level. Oh, Satu hits a 3. And so she was saying they got to come up with the conversation to know, okay, exactly where do you want the line to be drawn? I don't know. So if I got to protect 6, including my rookies, I got to protect CeCe, AB, Kelsey, Lexi. What about Sophie? Is Sophie definitely coming back? And do I give Caitlin a backup point guard, or do I try to keep KK? I've been reading Christine Brennan's book, and she says a lot of the same things Fee said. Yeah. Fee took a long time to say it, I think. But, man, this is like a 3 fest. It's a tie game with 5:37 to go. Brian says KM is my MVP this year. Yeah. Okay. Steph got to watch for overplaying her players. Now, Sarah, if it were any other year, I would say okay. But we didn't have that many players. So, I mean, she's certainly not to blame for, what happened. If you read up on it, it can happen from too much activity. It can happen from not enough activity. Sometimes things happen. Again, I think more than anything, the schedule doesn't allow time to recover. Thomas. Rebecca says Aries seemed to hog the ball. Sims just makes, she really helped in the playoffs, but she also hurt a lot. She had high turnovers. Her decision-making, I think, gets her in trouble. And what about Shea Petty? Attitude is very relaxing. 41-38 Phoenix, 4:20 to go. DeWanna Bonner misses the 3. She's got an ugly shot. Well, Sydney Colston says she doesn't even know. I mean, at her age, recovering airball, but there's Asia. She said at her age, she's not even sure she can come if she's played her last game. You know, it is 40 to what? 40 to 41. MLB, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you. Rebecca says I can't. She can hardly watch him. So Sophie was great. She had the best, I think, year in terms of her shooting percentage. She was happy to be there. Obviously, she says she will entertain other offers. And Sophie's good on defense as well. And she's an enforcer. But was that shooting percentage like rare? Like I wish we could have seen it more. But I would like her to stay. I just know we need people like we need some bigs to help. A Nafisa Collier would be amazing, right? Now, some people are talking about they wish that we could go and get Sabrina Ionescu. I don't know how that would work. MLB, thank you again. Oh, Mrs. Ed, you know we're not doing any couch runs. I can't run for these two teams. Sophie is what Charles Oakley was for Michael Jordan. Just Jules said. Enforcer. Yeah. Sims to me was neutral. She hurt us much more than she hurt us much more than she helped. Yeah, I mean the numbers don't suggest that, but the eye test suggested. But she was huge in the playoffs. Game 1, she was huge. Obviously, Game 5 with 27 points. Then she had a couple games where it was like, "Ooh, please get her out." Steph White isn't going anywhere. Did y'all catch the exit universe? She prayed. Oh yeah, she's definitely not going anywhere. Yeah, Ariel is. She ain't staying. I don't see. You guys see Ariel staying? I like her a lot, but she's a great pep person. But I don't think she made an impact that would cause her to stay. I liked Petty too. Petty's getting up there in age. I think I would have to pick as much as I think I think Petty is a better ball handler than Odyssey, but Odyssey helps because Odyssey can get downhill, even though sometimes she gets in trouble and drives into traffic or throws the ball away. But she can get to the basket. She can drive to the basket. Petty is pretty much shooter, but she can bring the ball up. She could relieve Caitlin for a little bit at her age, I guess, but I don't know. She does, Lisa. She hesitates. So does Ariel. She hesitates a lot. Jules thinks that Ariel will go in expansion draft. I feel good. I feel good that yes, she does, Tamara. I'm so glad that some of these players got an opportunity. Like Ariel was over there in Turkey. I feel bad for Chloe because we didn't really get to see her long term, and this was her opportunity in the WNBA from Australia. That's one of the reasons why I really wanted them to win, because it's not going to look like this after. Are we keeping Howard? Are you protecting Howard in this? MLB says, I think. All right. There's Satu with Chelsea on her. AT has Jewel on her, and she barrels her way in. And they shut her off. 2 people. And Copper hits another 3. AT is a Mack truck. Oh my, I can't stand her style of play. MLB, I think a backup point guard doesn't come from a player on the team this year. I appreciate every player that came in, but they are not the future for Fever. You don't think it could be Ari? You don't think it could be Ari? I remember her first game. She came in. She was Chopping shots. Oh yeah, Sophie that was a negotiation. That's all. That's what they have to do. Sophie's a protector. Teddy in the house. Teddy said, "Hey everybody from Pittsburgh. Sorry, I'm late. Smoked some beef dinosaur ribs, baked beans, and potatoes. My son and his girlfriend came over for dinner, and she says, go Aces. All right. Sounds like you had a good day and a good dinner. Yeah, Powers, I don't foresee her being back. April says, how come Sloop couldn't understand that she can't be the starting point guard on the Sky? She and Sid came in at the same time and had ACL injury. Well, I think the difference, April, is that I think first of all, I think Angel, she shouldn't have said it, but it's not like what she did, what she said wasn't common sense, right? I mean, at her age, an ACL injury is difficult to come back from. So to me, that makes sense, right? But I wouldn't have said it to the media because you know what they're going to do with it. That comes with experience and wisdom and just not saying anything. But I think the difference between these two is that Sloop says she's coming back. Sid acknowledges that I may not make it back at my age, but maybe it's all about what you believe you can do. And so Sloop's like, don't be putting me out to pasture. It's 47-42 Phoenix with 2:36 to go. Jackie Young tried to force a pass. But these players want to come back. Tony says we need to get Stewie. Who knows what's going to go down in New York? Yeah, Saab, she's nice and all, but not what we need. It's going to be interesting. If you ran, we would disown you. If I ran, you should disown me. I'm not running. Oh, I barely can watch. Sophie likes playing with Clark. They love playing on this team. They love this team. I wish we could keep everybody. Just add another bench. They can sit long. Just put the bench to bench, all the way down. It would have been nice if we could have won, and then they all could have just gone off to the sunset after doing that. But what a special year. Teddy says, I picked CC, AB, KM, Lexi, Sophie, KK too. So should the rest, we need a couple bigs and a point guard to back up CC, my 2 cents. Yeah, Caitlin, Aaliyah, Kelsey, Lexi, Sophie, and KK. Unless you gamble a little bit and don't protect KK and hope that no one takes her, like in an expansion draft, and then keep Ari, maybe keep Ari or Odyssey and hope, because KK, I mean, maybe that was a good thing and not, she didn't play a ton of minutes. So maybe people won't even look at her. I don't know. What about Howard? What about Howard? Kristen says Howard out. She helped us. No, Janice said no, Howard, no. I like Howard. Oh my goodness, her comments are so special. I mean, brought tears to my eyes. She just like, I got no words. And somebody found some other comments she said as well. I saw it on X. She just absolutely, she just loves this team. There should be, Martha, I know they said they were going to start with the ones we saw yesterday, but there should be more coming. Althea, what hand signal? I must have missed it. Cameron Brink, I'm not impressed. But that, I mean, in all fairness to Cameron, she was out, came back, it was late. So she hasn't had a chance to be herself. Donna says a backup point guard. But why though? So I'm really curious, like if you already have a point guard amongst you who has fit into the culture, fit into the locker room, and helped you tremendously, why would you not keep her? Unless you're saying it's just more important to keep KK or Howard or whomever you think. When I hear you say Didi, I think you're talking about me. I go by Didi with my grandchildren. My name is Deborah Duke. Ah, Didi Dantas. And Dantas, speaking of Dantas, and Sarah said, Janice, why not? Speaking of Dantas, unfortunately, she didn't pan out. Eve says, if we're resting her, we got to make sure we rest her. That first season was just too many minutes. All right. I'm not even paying attention to this game, y'all. So we got Asia on AT. AT with the ball. Hands it off. Who's that? Wickham? I don't even know who that is. Thomas gets around. Oh, they bringing two people on Thomas quick. Short. Offensive rebound. Copper drains another three. Wow. How many? She's got 19 points, 6 of 7 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3. Kalia Copper, baseball pass. Copper has it again. She's on fire. It is 50-42 Phoenix. Here's AT.
Alyssa against Phoenix.
What did Phoenix do? Wow. We know aces are not all that. Once Seattle gave them that loss, they have not looked the same. No, I Mitchell as a backup. No, I say no. Although she definitely played some point, but I don't like her in that. I don't like her in that. Shot from Jewel Lloyd, 3. 1 minute to go in the half. So we keep our core. Find a big. Use Mitchell as backup point if needed. As far as hardships, they played well enough for a team to pick up for this future. I don't like to take Mitchell out of her comfort zone. I'd rather not have to use her in that position. Asia playing that defense on AT. How many points does Asia have? And a foul. Anybody paying attention to this game? Because I'm not. Jody doesn't think. Stewie said she was going to stay. But that was before the news about Sandy Rondello. Corgi says Mercury gets first game. Aces win the championship. Now they playing like this. Big hello from Australia. Hello, Julie. Hi. Colson? Isn't she like 37? Sydney Colson is 36. 36. These youngins. Asia shaking out her. Asia has to shake out her arm. Welcome to AT. Welcome to AT. Asia holding her, doing this to her arm. Now Becky's working the officials. It is 50-45 halftime. Kalia Copper's cooking them. Kalia Copper with the cook, and Holly's walking with her to the locker room like she did AB and Kelsey. Oh, she tied Diana Taurasi's record. So David Cook says CC, AB, Kelsey, Lexi. All right, I got to remember who these people are. Caitlin, Aaliyah, Kelsey, Lexi. Who's SM? And BT. Who's BT? Who am I missing? Was that supposed to be SC?
Thank you very much. Love those walkie talks. No one does it better than Holly Rowe.
Hall of Famer Holly Rowe. Stokey. Stokey is a senior, right, this year? Oh, Bree Turner. Yeah, she's not going to get protected, though. I ended up liking her a lot. But, oh, no, Cardoso. Oh, no. Mm-mm. MLB says, I will always appreciate Howard. Watch her play. She is not the future, the fever. God bless her. Yeah. I like Howard. I'd keep Ari Diggity Dog said, I'd keep Ari over Odyssey. Her eyelashes don't her eyelashes don't fit our culture. Oh, goodness gracious. I like her, though. Yeah, Mitchell is a shooter. Leave her alone. Let her cook. Listen, Commissioner right there. My video today, I said Commissioner Clark. Bonner looks like a skeleton. Bonner needs a cheeseburger. A double bacon cheeseburger. That's what I say. I know. And this is the thing, Pope. This is what I'm saying. Howard has that effect on people. Like we find ourselves, oh my goodness, she's terrible. And then you look at her stats and you go, no, she's not. But for whatever reason, the mistakes that she makes seem so loud that it kind of causes you to forget how good she's actually playing. Asia has 9 points. I still haven't even put up the box score. Kevin Reynolds in the house. Hold up. Let me see. I miss here. And MLB, thank you. Thank you again for that. Appreciate that. Kevin says Sydney Colson should be the Fever social media rep. She's funny, sarcastic, snarky, which sometimes is good. Yeah, she's a great to have in the locker room, right? She could go out there and give halftime. She could do the halftime comedy act. So we don't have to listen to the ESPN ladies. Olive oil, she does, Jen. She does kind of look like olive oil when her hair is back. A dozen donuts. You guys are funny. Yes, Howard travels a lot, Rebecca. Last year, it was AB was like good for one travel a game. Howard is not terrible. She just is the future. No. She's not. She's not. Kathy spoke. It was interesting. I had to turn the chat off during the live stream of her talk because they were just cooking her in the chat, and I just couldn't handle it. So I had to turn it off. You have a T-shirt, Miss Parker said, in honor of Howard. She made an impact no matter what those stats say. No, the stats are good. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But at the same time, Marilyn, other people have missed free throws as well, you know? So it never comes down. I mean, games are won and lost at the free throw line, but she certainly isn't the only one who's missed them for sure. Gwen, thank you so much. High five back at ya. I'll keep Howard so that I can hear you say no, Howard. No. Okay, Howard. Okay. Oh, yeah, the box score. I'm going to do that. Let's go. Let's see. ESPN. You see how dialed in I am, right? I'm like, whatever. Box score. So scores 50-45 Phoenix. They were tied after one with 21 apiece and 29-24 in the second. Phoenix is up. Obviously, Alyssa Thomas has 10 points. She's 5 of 6 from the field. She's got 10 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. You got Natasha Mack with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Satu Sabali with 9 points, 3 assists. Of course, she shot for Satu is 9 points, but 4 of them came from the free throw line. And she's got 2 rebounds, 3 assists. 19 points from Kalia Copper. Field goals, 6 for 8. 3-pointers, 5 for 6. Free throws, 2 for 2. 3 rebounds. And no points from Akoa Makani. Then you got Dwana Bonner with 5 points. She's hit one 3-pointer, field goals, 2 of 6. Halftime, if you're at halftime, they're showing some of what Kathy Engelbert said. And then 3 points from Sammy Whitcomb. Alyssa Smith has 0 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal. Kirsten Bell, 0 points. Asia, 9 points on 3 of 7 shooting. 6 rebounds, 3 assists from Asia. 3 points from Chelsea Gray. 2 rebounds, 3 assists. 8 points from Jackie Young. 3 assists, 1 rebound. 2 points from Megan Gustafson with 1 rebound, 1 assist. Jewel Lloyd has 13 points, 2 rebounds. 10 points from Dana Evans, 2 assists, 2 steals. Here's my problem with what's going on with Kathy Engelbert. If you listen to WNBA before what do they call it? Inside the WNBA, whatever they call it beforehand, these ladies, these ESPN ladies, they're too invested. Like, you can't have your media. I mean, Chiney Ogwumike actually went on a whole rant about Kathy Engelbert and about the negotiations. Obviously, her sister is all up in negotiations and all that. That shouldn't really be coming into play as the media. You should be covering the whole thing fairly. They're like the arm of the Players Association. And I don't want that from the media. I want the media to report. I don't want the media to be making a case one way or the other. So they're just annoying to listen to. So Vonda said the Aces always pick it up in the second half. And another thing, these ESPN ladies were like, oh, Asia Wilson, she hasn't had single coverage all since she was in high school or whatever. I'm like, yeah, because we didn't always throw 2 people at her. And Aaliyah Boston had her on lock for a couple games. I'm like, cut it out. That was from King's Kid Girl, that shirt, along with the anointed towel. The ESPN ladies, like, they're too, I know Chiney used to play in the league, but that's not your role right now, and she's too much into the whole we thing. Like, just be the media. Unwatchable. ESPN against Clark. Oh, man. So I put up a video a couple hours ago, so make sure you check it out, please. Got several other things I want to get to. Not enough hours in the day. All right, Donna, have a great weekend. We got Lisa. That's a commercial, Lisa Leslie. This game, I'm kind of bored with the game, but that's what happens when your heart's not in it. So let's look at the foul. Let's see how the fouling is going, because that's why I was supposed to be looking at how this thing is being officiated. Nobody's in foul trouble from the Mercury. You got 2 fouls on Satu Sabali and 2 fouls on Sammy Whitcomb. Everybody else on her team either has no fouls or 1 foul. So they actually have 7 personal fouls as a team and 6 turnovers. That's the Mercury. The Aces Now, Alyssa Smith got 2 early in the first quarter, and that's why she only played 7 minutes, because she's in foul trouble. And then you got 2 fouls on Jewel Lloyd. Asia Wilson has not fouled anybody. So that's interesting. So they have 6 fouls. So are the players playing cleaner or what? Are the players playing cleaner, or the officials like, what's up? Tasha's a keeper. Oh, Maryland just brought it home. Aces get better in the second half because the refs know how they need to call the game. In this case, though, I don't know. Does the league want the Aces to win? Does the league want AT? I remember listening to Cheryl Swoop say, I need AT to win MVP. I need her to win. I'm like, why do you need her to win a MVP? Why do you need that? Lubo says, love you, Adrienne. I can't bring myself to watch the game because I just don't care that much, but I have to say go Aces because I don't want DB to be rewarded. Exactly. April says, Jason Whitlock says Caitlin is unlikable. I unfollowed him a long time ago. April, is he now not on? He's now against Caitlin Clark again? He goes back and forth, right? I thought he was doing the whole Caitlin love and inviting people on and having them talk about it. And I had to get rid of him. I couldn't deal after he, put my name in his mouth and stuff. I just couldn't deal with him. He's too wishy-washy for me. So now he says she's unlikable, but I thought he was such a big fan. I'm confused. Yeah, Damon says he just likes to start stuff. Very interesting. So I didn't even know if he was still talking about the WNBA. I didn't know if he was still bringing the podcasters on the show. I didn't know what he was doing because I totally disengaged. He calls it the Welfare League. Well, Diggity Dog says, it sickens me to say, but I don't think, no. He says, I don't think Kathy is going anywhere. Well, she gave a good case today, made you think that she's not going, but I still maintain that she probably needs to go, and I got a video I got to do about that. He says they would have fired her by now. No, you know how they like to ease into stuff, and she's talking about working with them for CBA, but she's still going to be here. Well, the rumor, and of course she said it's more inaccuracy, the rumor is that she's going to finish that negotiation and then she's going to go. And she's like, that's not happening. I'm not going anywhere. I don't know if that's true or not. And I don't know if that should be true. And if she's going to go, though, I would think, do I want to sit and negotiate with someone that I don't trust? She did say that she and the Fisa Collier will get together next weekend, that they've been communicating, they've texted, and they're going to get together and have a conversation. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, did they say that, Valerie? We got. ESPN is very glad, very, very glad that Fever's not in it. He hates black women. I don't know if it's just black women or he's got something to do with women. He called me out as a black woman, like it was an insult. He was just like, oh, I'm not going to have her telling me whatever, she's because she's black. I'm like, what? He's adding Sophie and Caitlin. I thought he loved Caitlin. He goes back and he does, Lisa. He's just all over the place. Oh, Lana said, she's like, I thought he was back pro Caitlin this week. Do you feel media training could help? Yeah, I did a video on that when I did the 5 things I would do ASAP if I were the WNBA commissioner last year. I did that. I definitely call for media training. But yeah. So yeah, I did a really good video on that last year. And I think everyone associated with the WNBA who has a public presence in the WNBA should do media training. I do. Kathy was hired to do CBA. How long has she been in? She's been in for a while, right? Oh, Miss Parker, you don't know Jason Whitlock? I believe he hates all women. I mean, I don't know if he's all bad, but I used to listen to him. I used to listen to him regularly, but then I stopped for some time, and then I would just catch something here. I still, followed, was subscribed to him. I just stopped watching him, and then I would catch something here, something there. But then when he put my name in with some stuff that I wasn't doing, and I did come after him hard, I admit it. And then he got upset. So, whatever. But April, he's always talked about Caitlin. Nice move from Alyssa Smith. He's always talked about Caitlin Clark, and then he goes back and forth. He's been doing that because I've called him out in a couple videos. Jules says he said about 4 weeks ago that he'd never mentioned the WNBA again because the trash league with trash players. He popped up on my YouTube feed, and there he was talking about the WNBA. And he probably said, yeah, I can't help myself, right? I know he was bringing podcasters on for a while. I didn't watch him, but. Yep, Kevin, she's got 0. All right, let me look at this game. It is 50-49. It was 50-45, but Vegas came out and hit 4 straight. Here's Smith. Oh, man, Smith is going to work. Smith is going to work, and they took the lead. Well, I think KK, she's going to play in Turkey, so I think that's going to be helpful to her. Yeah, like he called her a flopper and stuff like that. Sabali with a really tough shot. All right, let's go. 52-51. Phoenix up 1. Chelsea Grandma Magre shoots the 3. Misses. Mack with the rebound. Here comes AT. Kalia Copper with the hot hand. She is so quick. And she gets the layup. Woo. Since 2019. Okay. Aces look like they half playing. I mean, they just kind of look out of sorts. And Asia, I think she's scared of AT. McConney shoots another one. Goodness. 57-51. Phoenix. It's Jackie Young. Kicks it out. Chelsea Gray going baseline. Okay. Mack for 3. This is just lacking enthusiasm. Everybody loves KK. Sounds like a TV show. And I think that they need to make decisions. Obviously, I like KK too, but they got to make decisions. They have to make sure that they make smart decisions now for the bigs. They need bigs that can help them win. They need bigs now. that can help them win now. You got a generational talent. You got to get it. It's a business. Shot clock violation. I'd be too scared. AT at times. Boston had her on. Did a really good job. April said, just watched his last video about Fee and Kathy. He doesn't like that Fee called Kathy out and then went down the list and then says Caitlyn is unlikable too. She complains all the time. Oh, yeah, that's something that he said a lot. And generally speaking, I would not be, like I said in my video, I would not generally be in favor of calling out your boss. But she's saying that we've tried, that it's about. They called that foul on Aces? Wow. They called that foul on Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd, you know what? You reap what you sow. Jewel Lloyd barreled into Lexi and knocked her down, and it wasn't upgraded. And so now Satu barrels into her, and they call it on Jewel. And then now Sabali, they do it. Now she gets it. She does it again. Oh, here comes the physicality. Oh, she hit Alyssa Smith right in the mouth. They're going to look at it. Yeah. They're not going to upgrade that. I don't think they're going to upgrade it, but I don't think. You never know with these officials. They said Satu and her elbows. I'm not sure what they're going to do. They're so inconsistent. It looked like a basketball move, but I don't know. Is it excessive? Satu elbows. Satu elbow somebody. That's her middle name. So 20 minutes later, they'll be back. Becky Hammond just started. You came just in time, Keenan. She just had a crash out. CC comments about Lexi were touching Coach White as well. Yeah. Howard was the first one who got me all teary. And then, of course, Kelsey, she's so reflective. The way she just thinks about, I think she just sees everything through the lens of all that she's been through. Did you guys see the video about giving Kelsey her flowers with her twin sister? She started crying, talking about her dad. It's a common foul. Well, she fouled her, Yolanda, but they were looking to upgrade it. And they called it a common foul. It was just a basketball turn. I don't have a problem with that. I agree with both. She's really humble. You hearing CC talk about going to play golf in the offseason? She's going to go after two sports you watch. I predicted she likes it. And the money is good. She could fade away. I think this is too late. I think it's too late to try to make a professional basketball thing. You reap what you sow, Betty Sue. I'm just saying, right? It comes back at you. Jackie Young. Nope. Here comes AD. Gets it ahead. And Chelsea Grandmama takes it away. Vegas. It's a one-possession game. Gray shoots a wild shot and then hits the floor. Uh-oh. She's still down. Uh-oh. Reckless closeout. They're going to look, but she's on the ground, on the floor. Lord, touch her, Jesus. I think she's okay. She's trying to rest. No, maybe not. No, she's up. These closeouts. No golf for CC. Yeah, she stepped right on that foot. And it was a wild shot. Yeah, that's a reckless closeout to me. She stuck her foot out, not on purpose. I don't think Kai did it on purpose, but her foot did go out. Gray went out in our game 5. Remember? She went out and came back.
Let's go back to the foot ankle situation.
Oh, she's walking. It's hard to tell because she kind of has the grandma walk. Yep. Here it is. They're showing it now. They're showing Odyssey when she lands on Odyssey. Yeah. Scipio, I didn't see it, Scipio, but I heard about it. I thought it might have been a joke, but I guess not. Good question. What you plan to do in the offseason? This is not my offseason. I plan to do exactly what you see me doing like last season. Continuing to put out content, college basketball, Pacers basketball, I hope this year. Get to know those players. I know Tyrese is not going to be playing, but no, they constantly give us content to put out. So I'm gonna continue to do it. This is a year-round affair. Gray's gonna have a hard time with 7 games, and this is the first year they've had a 7-game finals. And this is the thing, because they don't have, the schedule is so wild, they don't have a lot of time. Miss Parker, I need a daily fix. Yeah, there were no letdowns. Oh, you know what else I did last year? Unrivaled. And the Bible study. Yes. I forgot to mention, Jody. I forgot to mention Unrivaled. We did that. We had a good time. That was like 3 games a week during Unrivaled. That was a lot of basketball, and it was ugly to watch at times. But we had a good time. And we got Lexi playing again and Kelsey playing for the first time. And AB playing again. I wish they wouldn't, but they are. But you know who is not signed up yet? No word about Angel. She's going to the locker room now, but she's running on it. Yeah. I forgot. Angel hasn't signed up this year for it. I got to check out her exit interview. I forgot she even had a podcast. I haven't heard from her since she skipped out on her team. I don't know who's getting a favorable whistle. I'm so busy talking to y'all. And when I looked at the fouls during halftime, it was pretty much nobody was in foul trouble, and they didn't have many fouls. I mean, Phoenix has shot 6, Aces shot 9. It just looked like it was just starting to get a little bit physical in the second half. She played Unrivaled last year. Her team won the championship, but she didn't finish that either. She's not finished anything. Like, she didn't finish her rookie season with the injury. She didn't finish Unrivaled. DeWanna Bonner just hit a 3. And now it's 60-57. It was tied. And then she didn't finish this season. But I think this season she just got mad and decided not to play. DeWanna Bonner with the weak side rebound. So are they not doing Athletes Unlimited this year? McConney hits a 3. Woo! 63-57 Phoenix. Yeah, she didn't do in her first season as well. She's going to be known as a quitter, but I think she's going to find a way to get out of her contract. and decided not to do the exit interview. Like, what is that? William, I hope we keep Sophie too. I'll watch Unrivaled if Kelsey plays. I like the different rules that they had, even though at first I thought they were kind of weak, but I ended up liking the way they did the free throws. The last quarter was the wild one. It was I forgot, what was it? Like, how did their rules go? +7. What was it? The first one I don't even remember. Let me remind myself. Unrivaled rules. And are they on the same team? Yeah. So Unrivaled rules had 7-minute quarters, followed by a winning score, fourth quarter, where 11 points are added to the leading team's total to determine the target score. That's right. And there's no overtime. And then they did the one-on-one tournament, which was my favorite part of it. Asia still has 9 points. So I don't know. Are they doing Athletes Unlimited this year? It seems like there's a lot of conflict going on between overseas and Unrivaled and Athletes Unlimited. And they said, yeah, I read that today, Jules, that she has not signed. So Athletes Unlimited is happening. That's interesting. Why so many leagues? Unrivaled? Oh my goodness. It was on, was it Hulu? Oh, Amazon Prime. It was on Amazon Prime. It was on 2 different stations. Oh, TNT. So why do they need so many leagues? Angel explained she had injured her hand at Unrivaled, had to get surgery, and that's why she left. She wasn't going to be ready for training camp and had poor starts to the season. I know she had injured her hand, but we were trying to figure out why didn't she stay for her team? Her team was in the championship. That didn't make any sense to me. And then she got she was her hand was fine to get on there and text talking junk. But it just seemed HBO Max. Yeah, true or something. It was on a bunch of them. But yeah, I just kind of thought it was odd that Angel did not stay for the championship. It kind of felt to me that she didn't expect them to win, because remember, they weren't expected to win. It was kind of wild how that went down, because the hootie-hoo, the Lunar Owls, Nafisa team was kicking everybody's butt. So I think Angel was just like, we ain't winning, and she was going to get out of there. But it wasn't a good look. AB and Lexi. AB was she wasn't even going at full speed. Yes, he does, William. Yes, he does. Jesus saves. Amen. I'm a witness. What's up, Smoke? Copper cold down. Here comes Jules. Smoke is in the house. All right. So Clara says, having a 3-on-3 league provides the perfect atmosphere to up your game before bringing to 5-5. Lexi explained in an interview. I think it definitely helped them with endurance, although they were sucking air. It was so fast-paced and sloppy and nasty looking. It really looked bad for a while. I thought it was a really bad look. Wow, AT hit the floor. She's mad at the official. Man, they got 2 bodies on the ground, on the floor. Jules Lloyd, she's all right. She's trying to she's not getting right up. There she is. She missed 2 games, but the ones she missed, and then there was the one she got thrown out. AU is Athletes Unlimited. That's where Odyssey played. That's where Kelsey used to play. Of course, Kelsey went to China. But AU, of course, is 5-on-5. Unrival's 3-on-3. But a sort of a full court 3-on-3. I forgot the dimensions. It's a little bit it's smaller than a full court. It was just dangerous. Marlene, she also shoots funny. It was very dangerous. I mean, Mabry was out for most of the season. They had the same thing. They had the hardship players coming in and out. Letitia Heidemann was one of them. They had a bunch of hardship players because I don't think they thought it through, and people were dropping like flies. I was like, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. It's a basketball league, but it has weird rules. I only saw part of one game. April G was trying to, hit me to how the rules are, and I never did catch on because I only watched one. Jackie, I call her Jackie Tie Your Shoes. And Jackie Young played on the laces in Unrivaled. So it was a perfect nickname I had for her during Unrivaled. Jackie Tie Your Shoe Laces. And we know why we call her Tie Your Shoelaces, right? Remember how she helped out Caitlin? Copper is cold in the second half. Wow. Sabali is a little bit out of control. They gave it to Cole McConney instead of giving it to her fourth. Satu. So Chelsea's back in. Thank you, Jesus. She's okay. Here comes Asia setting the screen. Yes, and she does it all the time. Oh, Gray missed everything. Asia did it. Stuck her foot beyond her body frame, moving over, but she didn't have AT on her. Satu is AT Junior. That's what I was calling Bree Jones. But Asia in that often that moving screen just blows my mind. And cookies for the Aces, who are down 7. Asia, back to Asia, who traveled. They didn't call it. And the shot goes in and out. And Alyssa Smith puts it up. She's going to the line. And DB is having she's upset. Jackie Young getting stretched out on the floor. Is it a cramp? Goodness gracious. Yep. Smith is doing. I just wish Smith would do something with that free throw. Nobody's free throw should start out behind your head. Nobody's. Look at it. It's slow, and look where it is. I said that last year. That's just no. That's just not. No, Melissa, no. Duana's in. Oh, goodness. Who is that fast? Grandmama with the fake no-look pass. And Bonner is bugging out. Body. Oh, no. Wickham is down. Oh, man. She's grabbing her knee. Lord Jesus, please touch her. So now they're covering her with the towels. Oh, my goodness. She's up, but she can't put any weight. She's hopping right out of the gym. Hopping to the locker room. Man, she's moving faster hopping than some people do on both feet. Oh, now she's got to stop. She can't even hop out. Oh, man. It's a fast high. I never seen nobody hop that fast. Oh, man. I hate this for these ladies. I may not like their teams, but and Alyssa Smith just missed her 3rd free throw. So I'm going to look at the free throw. So Duana Bonner, Alyssa Smith landed on her. And Alyssa Smith is shooting free throws. I only half saw it. I'm sitting here rubbing my knee. Man, she missed her last 4. It is 66-59 still with 152 to go.
Still a 7-point Phoenix lead.
Wow. Man. I'm sure Thomas misses everything. AT. I'm sure the commissioner saw her go down and was like, oh my goodness. She better call. Not to be funny. I shouldn't say that. She missed 4 straight. It's wild. Another miss. Alyssa Smith. Here comes Chelsea Gray. 5-point game. Aces ball. 1:13 to go in the third. Asia Wilson has DeWanna Bonner on her. She's like, get out of here. Turns and scores on Bonner's eyeball. It's a 3-point game. Asia be going back like. Of course, they glazing Asia right now. And there's Alyssa Thomas sticking out her hip on her screen. AT from the elbow gets blocked. They got her on like lock. They playing the zone or what? Asia again. And this time she hurt herself. They jacking up Asia. Goodness. Most of us don't, Marlene. She blocked AT's shot. How many does AT have? Alyssa Thomas has 10 points. She only has 8 shots up. She's hardly getting any shots. They are playing her. Asia at the line. Makes the first one. It's a 2-point game with 28.7 to go. Bible study. People were asking me to do a Bible study, so I'm probably going to do that on the second channel. So now with Wickham out, the Aces are pulled to within 1. DB looks like she's in pain. Like Becky Hammond. Becky Hammond just looked mad. It's AT. AT, why she always pretending it's a no look? Side 2 with another 3. AT does the same thing Chelsea Gray does. Always does like she's faking a no look. Dana Evans to the rack. Vegas 60. Sabally beats the clock. Wow. Well, we going to the fourth quarter. Let's go. 71 Phoenix, 67 Vegas. Let's go, Jesus. Let's go. What day are you doing? I have no idea. I just know people asked me a couple games ago and said, "Can we do that?" And I said, "I think we could." But I don't have any details yet. Adrienne was talking about doing Bible study on our other page, Adrienne Ross Square, I think. Yes, people were saying we want that. And I was like, all right, I think we can do that. So make sure you are subscribed to Adrienne Ross Square so you have your notifications on. One more. It's 10 minutes to go. She's back on the bench. Wow, she's back. She couldn't even play. I don't know if she's coming back in the game, but she's back on the bench. Thank you, Jesus. I'm glad. Yes, Teddy. Yes, yes, yes. Will do. Yeah, she is, Jules. She is back. Which is good. Because she was hopping real fast. William says this is the roughest league I've ever seen. It is something else. Smoke. Had a phone call. Man, y'all, I remember last year this time we were like, man, the off season is so long. It's gonna be so long before we see the Fever play. And here we are again. Like a woman can almost have a baby in the off season. That's how long it is. That's what I kept saying last year, right? Like for real. Like we had what is it? It's October, right? November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Well, wait a minute. What is it? It's October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, like 7 months.
My name's Katie. I'm a
Get the Holy Ghost fire. Ah, y'all got the praise going on.
You never want to take more than you have to because there are certain expenses that go into farm managing. To have any efficiency on the
Miss Parker said, challenge accepted, time to make a baby. LOL. I had said that last time for perspective. What's up, Foxter? 55, grace upon grace. I had said that last year for perspective, that how long the off season is. Stop by to say hi. I'm not watching the game, practically boycotting. I hear you, Foxter. I hear you. We are I was really kind of curious to see how things were going to look in terms of AT versus Asia special whistle, AT's Mack truck tactics, and the officials, especially after Nafisa said what she said, what that was going to look like. Preseason, Lakers at the Warriors. But yeah, I know some people said they're not giving them the ratings either. There says, amen. Praise the one true living God. Is she back in? Wow. Well, thank you, Jesus. And she looked like I think she needed a rest. Or she got that miracle. Because she is moving. AT cookies. AT got it back. Satu misses. Satu gets the offensive rebound. Shoots another three. And doesn't miss that one. She doesn't give up. You give up offensive rebounds, they make you pay. What kind of sausage, Clara? Jewel Lloyd with another three. Steroid shot. Mercy. DeWanda Bonner misses the three. How many points does she have? She has 10. Jewel Lloyd misses. Here comes Mack truck. Wide open. Gets rid of it. Kalia. But DB gets it up. Kalia Copper was hot in the first half, and she is stone cold right now. How many misses, right? MLB, I don't know. I did last year, but I'll have to see. And gets the late whistle, but that was a foul. 5. Why'd they tear up? Why Satu be looking like she ain't say nothing? What did she say?
Great pass by Chelsea Gray into Asia Wilson. Foul gets called.
The ball. Kaneka, that's what you say, but it's okay. I never heard of that. Yeah, she bounced. She did that with the ball. 76-71, 8:28 to go. Satu has 19 points. 5 fouls, though. 5 fouls. I would go right to it. They're keeping her. Coach is keeping her in the game. Unless he's going to blow the whistle after this make. She missed. Yeah, she's going out now. I remember last season during free agency, I was like, oh, I hope we pick up Satu, but something about her in Revival, I was just like, nah, I'm not interested. I don't think she would fit the culture. Why do y'all expect MVP for not to get free throws or calls? It's the special whistle we don't want. Bonner missed everything and got stripped. Bonner. Ooh. Who hit that? Was that Dana Evans? You can blame Bonner for that. Bonner shot an air ball 3, got the rebound, tried to go back up, got stripped, and then the ball went down the court, and Dana Evans just dropped the 3. Bonner. I know, Nate, me too. Listen, me too. I'm tough. Hey. All right, William. All right, and we got JoJo. Hi, all been listening while babysitting grandbaby. Can sure tell it's not our fever team playing. You can tell, right? I'm not doing any couch runs. I'm not doing. They still got me praying though, because they keep hitting the floor. Too many people getting hurt. Without you, I'll never know who wins. I know, right? They turn around. They play again. They play again on Sunday, 2:00 my Central. Adrienne, do you notice that referee Isaac Barnett was the first person who came up to Kelsey Mitchell as she froze? Nobody has talked about. Oh, I have heard that. No, Kevin, I got to disagree. I've heard a lot of people give him a shout out, including Sophie, including I just heard random people. Who was it who said? There were a few people who commented. I think Jules said something. But no, I've seen a few things on social media. So because she went to him, she kind of reached for him. And I love what Kelsey said when she said she was so scared because she couldn't feel her feet. She couldn't feel them at all. And she thought the worst had happened. And I'm sure she figured, because she felt like she was paralyzed. And she said AB was praying over her. Lexi was holding her hand, and Bree Turner was telling her, "You're going to be fine. Your legs are going to come back. You're going to be fine." And she was so thankful for that. Yeah, Brian, I'm disappointed, but I think the Aces got a little bit of help, to say the least. The bogus call, there were a few bogus calls on AB, especially the one that fouled her out. Yep, she grabbed him. So even as Sophie, I don't know if you guys know, but Sophie put out another podcast this week. Today she put it out, and she did say a couple calls go a different way. We're in the finals, and I agree. Yeah, she grabbed him. I know, Miss Parker. I ended up turning it off. I stayed in longer than I wanted to, but he's the worst. He's just terrible. He's worse than Sophie. It's not even as much Sophie as it is him. It's one sentence had like 5 F-bombs in it. I was like, dude, and that's the way it is these days. People say it like they say hello. I remember when F was like the one you just didn't say. AT just got stripped. Now she grabs her around the back, has that smirk on her face. Yep, he was there. Did they call the foul? Who did they call the foul on? Jump ball? Jump ball. Jump ball. Yeah, I guess they do all day long. It's just one of them that goes through me. Especially for a man to do that, talking to a woman, it just is he just says it like, I can't stand it. So I didn't even finish watching it, unfortunately. Yeah, I hope Phoenix loses too. I've never used. Is it pronounced Grok or Grok? I've never used it. In 40 seconds, he dropped another GT word. Yeah, that's not cool. Go McConney misses. Dana's off to the races. She traveled. She got away with it. Maybe she got rid of it before she traveled. It's a 1-point game. Vegas down 1, 7:17 to go. Grandmama. Bonner with the rebound. Kicks it out. Oh! Man, AT. That's the part that I don't get. Like, AT just barreled into somebody and then they get called for the foul. Yeah, Jackie Young, she just knocked her to the ground. And it's Jackie Young's foul, and they laugh about it. I can't stand it. Oh. I had to turn Sophie's podcast off. Too much cuss and makes him sound ignorant. Yes. And West already kind of sounds like he's not, he kind of sounds like he needs to be surfing. That's to me. He kind of always sounds kind of clueless. And the cursing just doesn't help. It's kept me from subscribing. I mean, no, me either. They talked about Nafisa's situation. She went off on Kathy. Dana Evans on fire. And now Vegas up 1. She talked about the whole situation with Kathy Engelbert. Oh man, AT knocked her down and Drew Lloyd down. Man, AT, I don't think she should be allowed to play with these women. I'm sorry. I say that over and over again, but I mean it. So she talks about that. I stopped watching it, so I'm trying to. I don't remember. She did that. She talked about the finals. And she said that they were a few calls away. It was bogus. That AB should not have fouled out. Stuff like that. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm done. I listened longer than I should have. Yeah, Tibbetts, I'm not a fan of his. Oh, good. They got her. She got bumped too. Here comes Jackie Young. She's dangerous, Teddy. That's how I feel. And here they go, 3-on-1. McConney fakes the look away and gets the roll. Now the Lynx back up. And she just gets away with it. And I think she's reckless. And it's not pretty basketball to me. Asia gets her points. Yes, Pope. Yep. Her love for her teammates. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that because they had already done one, Kevin. So I didn't know that they had that they did another one. Whew. There's a difference between aggressiveness and recklessness. AT plays football. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she smirks a lot. I was done with her early last season when she clotheslined Angel. I had never seen something like that. It was so scary to me. It was so scary when she took Angel by her neck. She did get thrown out of the game, but it was bad. Yeah, I agree, Clara. Glad you're here, William. If AT doesn't win, there really is an agenda. How old is Alyssa Thomas? Alyssa Thomas age. She's 33. She went to college in Maryland. And she is, but okay. She's 6'2". How much does she weigh? I don't see that on here. But you're not supposed to have to move either way. So April, you're a fan. You're a fan of Angel Reese. You like what she did to Angel Reese last season, where her head banged off the floor. But no, I don't care for AT. I don't care for her style of play. I saw it in Unrivaled. I saw her hurt people on Unrivaled. I saw her hurt Angel Reese. That was the first I think I saw. And I see her barrel into people. I saw her take out Nafisa's leg, and she's constantly knocking people around. And my honest opinion is she's a man among women. That's the way I see her. I call her a Mack truck, but to me, she's like built like a man, and she plays like that. And that to me is not skill. She's got skill. Obviously, she can pass the basketball. She doesn't get those assists for nothing, but she plays extremely dirty. Extremely dirty. And that's not, to me, what basketball looks like. Basketball is about skill. This brute force stuff is so interesting. I don't know if you guys heard, but somebody asked her. She and Bonner was sitting at the was it Bonner? Somebody, oh no, Copper. And they asked about Nafisa Collier's what Nafisa said. AT didn't have nothing to say. I don't have nothing to say. So her teammate spoke. And I thought, you don't got nothing to say because she's talking about you. That's why you don't have anything to say. Because you're the one who prompted Nafisa to say something when you nearly took off her leg. She's the kind of person we're talking about with the physicality. Bully ball at its best, the commentator said. There's no best in bully ball. Like, go play with the dudes. Play football. Amy, what I heard was that she refuses to have surgery. And that's why it's the way it is. That's what I heard. So that's why she shoots that way, because she doesn't want to have surgery. She's learned to play with it unfixed. That's my understanding. Disrespectful to her to hit Angel Reese's head on the floor. Is that what you mean? Crop it. Definitely triple doubles, but April, we're not going to argue about the fact that she plays like a brute force out there. Like you're certainly it's skilled. What she does is skill, barreling into people and banging Angel Reese's head. I thought you were an Angel Reese fan. Now I realize you're fake. Well, April, you should know by now you ain't going to tell me what to talk about. Right? Angel Reese moved on immediately because she was a punk and she was scared to criticize her. And she's part of the problem with the league that Nafisa Collier is addressing right now. She's the problem of what I was talking about with the DNA of this league. The DNA of the league is it is somehow cool to allow yourself to be manhandled. That's the problem with the league. And they've all gone with it. And so Angel was trying to pretend she was all that. And she said, oh, yeah, I don't care. She don't owe me no favors. You know what I'm saying? She ain't supposed to do. She was trying to be hard. And that was wrong because she could have really been seriously damaged. It's immaturity. She thought it was being cool. It was immature. She thought she was being hard. She wasn't. That's why they threw AT out of the game. So yeah, I will call AT out, right? Call me Nafisa Collier. Don't be like loving up on Nafisa Collier for what she said and then tell me to move on. You're a hypocrite, April. You're an absolute hypocrite. Yep, Amy. I didn't call her man. I did not call her man. You heard man. I said, when I say she's a man among women, I'm saying she's like a brute force out there. I don't know if she's a man or not, but she looked like one and she act like one. Simple. So when I said she is a man, that's called a, let me get in my English teacher mode. That's called a metaphor. She's a man among women. Just like I've said in Nafisa Collier, she's a woman among girls. You heard me say that about Nafisa Collier. She's a woman among girls. It's called a metaphor. As far as whether AT is a man or not, I really don't know. You might have to ask DeWanna Bonner that question. You call it what you want. I find her dangerous. Thank you, Holly. Appreciate your metaphors. Yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I don't know what she is, but she doesn't seem to want to. I don't see anything womanly. You know, whatever it is, she's dangerous. Like, I don't know how anybody could disagree with. I don't know how anybody could disagree with what I'm saying about AT. You see her play. Uh-oh. Miss. Offensive rebound from Asia. 82-85. Las Vegas is taking the lead. And she scored on AT. She's been timed out for 24 hours. Yes. Thank you, Martha. She liked to come in. This is what she did throughout all Unrivaled. Turn every conversation about Angel. Yes, I'm an Angel fan. And then I'm sitting up here talking about how Angel was hurt and she's okay with AT knocking her head off. Come on. Exactly, Brian. That's what I said then. That Angel saying, "Oh, it was okay," was just stupid. She literally knocked her head off the ground and walked away. Lesser two evils, smoke. But that's the hypocrisy I'm saying. You can't on one end say, yeah, I agree with Nafisa, and then on the other end say it's okay with what AT is doing. Nafisa's talking about people like AT who get away with it. Here's Copper. Oh no, Thomas is down. She's up. Now she sets the screen. She got Jewel Lloyd on her. And they got her. Oh, Thomas. And Bonner misses the three to tie. Man, this get physical. AT got mad because she got tied up. Everybody's grabbing body parts. AT is hurt. And they said she is as tough a player as you're going to find. Exactly. Right, April? I can't say it, but Ruko can say it, right? Preach. AR. Yeah, she was just trying to be like, oh, I'm a rookie. I don't want to seem like, you know. Wilson misses. And Thomas scores. It's a 1-point game. He said that they were wrong about her. Wrong about what? Her knocking people over and stuff. And I was saying that metaphorically. I don't know what she is. I know she's dangerous. Oh goodness. Strip. Here comes AD. And barrels right into it. And Alyssa Thomas, 24.6 seconds left. AT barrels into somebody. And now they're down 1, and she gets to go to the line for 2. But she stripped Asia clean. She stripped her clean, but then here she's off to the races. Becky's challenging. He said they were wrong about her intentionally hurting Fee and being a bully. I don't think she intentionally hurt Nafisa Collier. That I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that she fouled her with her reckless play, and she often is reckless. But right here, she totally barrels over Jackie Young with the shoulder, like she always. Look at that, barrels right into her, and Jackie's retreating, and now she's going to the line. You know it's bad when. Have you heard Candace Parker talking about it to AB? She says she's learning to respect AT's, all that she's managed to accomplish. But when she played against her, she didn't respect all that nonsense. And she said she told AB that the reason she said AT gets away with a lot of stuff because she does it all the time. And because she does it all the time, they call it or don't call it or gives her the benefit of the doubt because she's consistent. She's consistently dangerous. Okay. So she said AB doesn't get any respect, doesn't get any of the calls, and she has to start doing the same thing all the time. But you can hear from Candace Parker that she never had any respect for AT the way she played. The brute force, it's not basketball. It's just not. And what I just saw right here, Jackie Young, yes, she's moving, but to me, she's retreating away. AT barrels right into her. And now with 24.6 seconds and Phoenix 86, Las Vegas 87, will Alyssa Thomas, will they win this challenge? So the call stays. So
you can be moving. So you have to have owned the real
but they say you can be moving, but you had to have owned the real estate. But she barrels into her. This is what I'm saying. Shoulder out, and boom. Get out of here. So wait, she can take them up 1 if she makes both of her shots. All right, some of you are ahead of us, so you already told me. I can't even believe I'm speaking up for the Aces, but that's how I feel about Phoenix because I don't like the Aces either. Miss, choke. Yeah, she can make one to tie it. Miss, choke. It was deflected. I know, right? I'm up here advocating for the Aces. She choked. Wow. It's like a less than a second differential. And she gets bumped. And she gets knocked down. Oh, man, she's still down. She bumped her right out. Man, this is roller derby, man. She's come. Whew. She's all right. She's all right. Yeah, she bumped her right out of bounds. Wow.
get a steal if you can.
Man, I miss the days of real basketball, man, where you had skill. Let's go, Jackie Shoelaces. She only has 8 points. She was smoking Indiana. She makes it. I'm clapping for the Aces. What? They need skates. They were getting their butts whipped. Now with 13.5. There's a lot of time left, though. Both teams in the bonus, 3-point lead. So, my coach's hat here. My coach, I know we're rooting for the Aces. That's how I feel about DB and AT. So, it was a 3-point game with 13.5. So, Phoenix, if I'm the Aces, I got to be out. Everybody out on everybody. Everybody up close. You cannot give up a 3. And you certainly can't be baited into fouling on the 3 and an and 1 on a 3-point shot. So you're up close because you'll give up the 2 if you have to, but you definitely don't want to give up the 3. A 2, you still up. A 3, they tie the game and you're in a bad situation. So both teams are in the bonus 2. Nobody has a foul to give, so you got to be smart. Now, see, back in the old days, the 13.5, I don't know, but back in the old days, some people would foul on purpose to give them 2 at the line and not give them an opportunity to tie with the 3. But I wouldn't, because then they might miss 1 on purpose, get the offensive rebound, and put it back up. But that is a tactic some people do use. I'll cheer for Ajax Magic Whistle. So everybody out on 3s, on screens. You got to get on top of screens. I would switch on everything. Everybody's out. Give the 2, but not the 3. Here's 8. Nothing. Sabali and misses. It's over. And the Aces have maintained home court advantage. That's a good comeback. And ISO, but they needed a 3. A 2 wasn't going to help them, and they played really good defense, and they were straight up on the shot, verticality. Phoenix looked a mess in that last play. I'm up there rooting for Asia Wilson. Lord help me. Here's that last play again. So there's Bonner. Bonner sets the screen for Ka. But Jackie is all over her. Here comes AT screen. She rolls out. She pops out. And then Satu hooks Chelsea Gray and then throws it up. But Gray is straight up. And it's gone. It's no good. That 3 wasn't working for Satu there. They played some really good defense. And they had no foul to give. That was just solid D. And that's that. I don't remember Lisa, Leslie, Rebecca. They didn't play. Nobody played. That's why I said, I hear people say all the time, it's always been this way in this league. It has not. It has not always been this way. This physicality. No. I mean, you were tough, right? It's a physical sport, but that's not what they mean by physicality. And everybody like, oh yeah, Nafisa Collier. She told Kathy. Meanwhile, y'all the same people who want the physicality. Oh, Caitlin Clark, she's just not physical enough for our league. And now everybody want to talk about it. That's why I say it's politics going on both sides. I've had a few days to think about it. I got to do this video about it. The politics going on both sides. In the physicality. Anyway, let me see what y'all talking about while I'm running my mouth. Aces said we can't Aces said we can't let y'all do us like Indiana did us, stealing home court advantage. Logo. Logo. Perish the thought. No way. The unicorn is a myth. Well, first of all, AT has to go to sleep. She had an opportunity to go up one and missed. She's got to go to sleep knowing that she choked. I remember years ago when I was teaching this, it was LeBron, LeBron, the choker. I had a student who was a big LeBron fan, and we were in the playoffs. They were in the playoffs or whatever. And I said to the student, I was like, I heard LeBron went to the hospital. And he was like, what happened? He did? I was like, yeah, he choked. And so he was like, oh, that's not even right. He went to the hospital with a case of the chokes. Yeah, because of the physicality. Exactly. I haven't autographed Asian basketball. I mean, if she's handing it out, right? Who do I believe, Fee or Kathy? Well, about what part? Kathy says they're working on it. I'm not in negotiating, so I don't know what she's doing. She don't seem too interested. They've been complaining. They coaches, players get fined instead of them fixing the problem. So that's true with Fee. But as far as whether she said that about Caitlyn, I don't know. Is it possible she said it and didn't say it in that way? Part of me also says that part of what Kathy said, some of us have been saying. If Kathy really did say they ought to be down on their knees thanking us for the media rights deal, which is a dumb thing to say, even if you think it. But even if she said it, is it any different from those of us who say these players talking about they want more money? The NBA is bankrolling them. They should be thanking the NBA. Like, is it like, that's my point. Like, we kind of been saying the same thing. So either way, Kathy, in my opinion, needs to go because she has lost the respect of the people under her. And this league has a problem. And it's probably bigger than Kathy. Adrienne, how do you think we would have gone against the Mercury? I don't know. I think Indiana, the way it was going, could be anybody, on a given night. In a 7-game series, I think a lot of that would have come down to officiating. Sadly, I think officiating had its mark all over Indiana whenever Indiana played. But I think this team could be anybody on a particular night. Oh, about what she said about Caitlyn. I don't know. My guess is that she probably said some form of that. And but my thing, Brian, is that Kathy flat out denied. She did not deny the part about the players getting on their knees. She said there are some inaccuracies. She didn't say, I didn't say it, right? So it makes me think she said that in some way. When it came to the Caitlyn part, she flat out said twice, I did not say that. So I don't know. We may never know, right? But if she said it, I don't know. She said she didn't say it. It just shows me that she doesn't understand. And I think that's what I said in my video today, how I translated what Caitlyn said so nicely. Obviously, she's not aware of how these things work because obviously she didn't. It's not because of her that Caitlyn made money. Caitlyn was already making money. Jim, thank you. Appreciate you. So, I don't know. I don't know. Who else was in the room is a good question, right? Why would Collier lie? I don't know. Are you, Jonathan, do you not think that Collier has something to gain? Do you think Collier has anything to gain in any of this? I think there's politics on both sides. She may have said it. The coach may, the commissioner may have said something like it, or she may have said it outright. But Collier knew what she was doing when she divulged that information, right? Does it benefit Collier in any way? Does it? Why would she feel comfortable enough to say that? That's why I say if she said it, it probably wasn't said in the same way that Napheesa Collier said it. But I don't know. Oh yeah, Lynn, it got interesting. Some injuries. AT choking at the end. April Nicole getting kicked out the chat. Yeah, they both have something to gain. Collier is very sneaky, I think. Or you might call it business-minded. She's promoting. They allowed her to promote her league last year during this league. That's number one. She's trying to grow a league. She is using her league as leverage for the WNBA stuff, right? So there's that. She showed up at the All-Star draft wearing an unrivaled t-shirt and a rival league, if you will. So she knows exactly what she's doing. She used Caitlin's name because she knew that would get people really, really upset and put Kathy against the wall. So even if Kathy said it, Napheesa Collier used that dagger. So whether you call it politics, whether you call it smart business, whether you call it using Caitlin Clark, whatever you call it, she knew what she was doing. Very strategic, Lisa. And that might be good business. They had a few go out, but they came back. Whitcomb, she couldn't even put any pressure on her leg. Whitcomb from Phoenix, but she came back. Chelsea Gray, just like when she played the Fever in Game 5, she hurt her ankle again. AT was holding her arm a little bit, but everybody seemed to be okay. The Aces were losing this game at home. They came back and won in a dramatic ending. AT barrels into Jackie Young, but of course it's AT. So Jackie Young gets called for the foul, and it was a 1-point game then with like 24 seconds left. And Phoenix was down 1, and she was getting 2 free throws, so they could have gone up 1. But AT missed both the free throws because the ball don't lie. Missed both the free throws, and then, yeah, the game was a wrap at that point. Caitlin doesn't seem to be too fond of Kathy. I think Caitlin recognizes that you need, when Caitlin says leadership is about people and relationships. How can you be in favor? If she said that, how can you be in favor of somebody who doesn't understand how it works? But Caitlin is going to, like all of them, they are going to support their fellow player, even though the thing that Collier is talking about against about the physicality is the same thing that all of them seem to love. So it's hypocritical to me. Yeah, and that may very well be. I thought about that. She's saying that because it's nuclear. Yeah, that's huge. But saying that about all the players too, but I don't know Collier personally. I find it hard to believe she lied, but do I really know? No, I don't. But I don't think she lied. And it's up to Kathy to say she lied. And Kathy says she lied. She says she didn't say it. So whatever you want to call a lie or whatever. Steroids? I don't even know. I don't know, Foster. I just don't think it's wrong to have an off-season league that benefits the player. I don't think she has bad intentions. I don't know her. I don't know what her bad intentions are. If you mean Collier, her intentions, well, she has a league that helps these players make money and stay in the United States. She also realizes, she also strategically has this time with the CBA, knowing that was coming up, because it gives them leverage. She's in control. She's in leverage because they're using that. See, there was a time when they might say in the CBA that they might have said, they might have given in. Put it that way. It's strategic. It's business, right? They might have given in at one point and said, okay, we don't need that much money. We don't need that because we really, really, really want to play. But now they've got another league. So they're going to be, they said they're not going to budge. So they're not going to budge. And other players are going to be like, yeah, don't budge, don't budge, don't budge, because there's another place where they can play. So it's good business, but it's certainly strategic. And yes, I do think it's wrong. I think it's a conflict of interest to have been promoting your league. If you worked for McDonald's and then you also worked a night spot at Burger King, do you think while you're on the clock for McDonald's that you would go promote Burger King? No, that's generally not the way it works. And my understanding, I heard that Kathy Engelbert and all them, they don't want these players to play in another league. That was part of the negotiations, which I can't blame them, because we who watched Unrivaled said the same thing. It was so dangerous. There were so many injuries, but you can't tell them not to play unless you're going to pay them better. So it's all business. It's all business. Potato says she's an opportunist. Either that or a strategist. I don't know. You're spitting facts. Yes, Dee Dee. But yeah, a lot of people don't think she lied. My guess is my guess is she didn't totally make that up. It's the context that I'm not sure about. And I think that's probably why Kathy said there are inaccuracies. That's why she said, I don't like the way she characterized it. Fee made it really, really bad. I think Kathy's thinking, well, I didn't quite mean it like that. So I don't think she flat out lied, but it's context that matters. Sort of like what we just saw. I made a comment here about AT. I said she's dangerous. I was like, she's a man among women. And she took that to mean I was saying that AT was literally a man. She got upset because I call AT a man, as if she would know one way or the other. And then I said, well, it's a metaphor, in the same way that when I called Nafisa Collier, I kept saying during Unrivaled, she's a grown woman among girls. Does that mean they're really girls? No, it's a metaphor, right? It's context. So perhaps she said that, but what was the context of it? Either way, Kathy shouldn't have said it. And Nafisa Collier technically should not have divulged that, because if I'm talking to Nafisa Collier from now on, I'm not telling her anything that I don't want divulged, because she clearly has showed us that under the right circumstances, she gonna tell what you said behind closed doors. So it's both ways. Coach White said it best. CC is a pawn being used for other people's agendas. She said that today. Yep, she did say that. AT is always close to a triple-double, right? For real. Brian, thank you for hanging out. Yes, indeed. Yeah, she was holding her arm because of the dirty hit she was laying on everybody. Those shoulders, and I felt like there was less dirty play from her tonight. She seemed a little bit kind of reserved compared to usual until it got really, really toward the end. Looked like she was shutting Asia down, and Asia was kind of shutting her down, and it was a little bit different. Satu had 19. Kalia Copper had 21. They shut Kalia Copper down in the second half. Remember, she had 19 points in the first half. She ended up with 21. And so Dewana Bonner with 10, and Alyssa Thomas was 15 with 15, but 20. I thought Alyssa Smith had more. She had 4 points, 21 from Asia Wilson. So she stepped it up because she had 9 at the half. Jackie Young had only 10, but they got 18 off the bench from Jewel Lloyd and 21 from Dana Evans. Tied with Asia. There's a thing called lying or stretching the truth, Lisa said. Mm-hmm. Who wins if there's a lockout? Unrivaled. If they have enough positions. Do you think Unrivaled is why the season got so crazy? Do you mean what part? What part of the crazy? What part of it? Right. How is she a player rep and run a league? You think that they named that Unrivaled for nothing? There's a whole message in that. Who names a league Unrivaled? It's a rival league. That's what it is. So you have a Fee jersey. Why? Hey, why not? She's a woman among little girls. She's an incredible basketball player. I've always liked Fee. Always liked Fee. And I hate what happened to her, the way her season ended. And her coach fined $15,000. I'm just saying there's always what they say. It's your version, and then the truth somewhere in the middle. Kathy can say what she wants because there's no accountability, no checks and balances on her. I do believe she said it, and that Fee knew exactly when to play that card. And would she have played it at all had she not gotten hurt? Probably not. But all of us are speculating because none of us was in the room. So there's no checks and balance. There's no accountability. Fee is absolutely right when she says, I am so curious as to if Fee got fined, because somebody in my comment said if Fee didn't get fined for what she said, then everybody else who got fined, like Sophie and the coach, everybody who got fined needs to get their money back. And then on the other end, if she did get fined, then she proves that she's right, that they don't want to change nothing. They just want to fine you every time you disagree. Now, Sophie said something today on her podcast that said she was going to say what she wanted to say because she doesn't think she can get fined because her season is over and she can say whatever she wants. I don't know if that's true or not, but there is no accountability. But there's no accountability for the players either, Diggity Dog. That's the point. That's why they go around hurting people. There's no accountability, and you can't. The officials aren't the ones keeping them accountable. So that's why I say the more time that I've had to think about it, the more I go, Nafisa Collier she ain't said nothing but the truth on a lot of this stuff. But this is what they pride themselves on. The very thing that she's complaining about is what she and these other players have embraced as their DNA. So it's a little bit kind of weird. And I'm hearing more and more people say that. They're like, oh, her folks are doing it. The players don't have any accountability either. Alyssa Thomas, where's her accountability of barreling into people? Where's the accountability there? Where's the accountability? Sari says, I think she just lied. Which one? If the W were to purchase Unrivaled, the player owners would get a financial windfall. I wouldn't sell. Would you sell it to the WNBA? That's her leverage. I don't know. But yeah, that's totally about perspective. That is why you talk and communicate to bring clarity. Yeah, and that's what they're going to do. They said next week, going to sit and have a conversation. I think it's going to be hard to refute considering Fee's time in the league and how genuine and honest she's been. How do we know she's been genuine and honest? This is the same one that showed up with the pay us what you owe us. I wasn't impressed. In fact, I called it out. I saw most of it until I couldn't stand the F-bombs anymore, Lynn. Unbelievable. As a leader, if you feel that way, you still don't disclose it. I think she was just done. Like I said, even from a biblical perspective, if you have an issue with someone, you go to them privately first, which she says she did. You take someone else with you, which I imagine other people were there at one point, and then you go openly. So even from a biblical perspective, I can't say that necessarily Fee did it wrong, unless she just, there was an agreement, we're still going to work this out. But Fee was done. She said she had enough. And that part of that had to do with her getting injured, and it had to do with her coach getting fined $15,000. That's ridiculous. And then Stephanie White got fined $1,000 for supporting Coach Reeve, and then Becky Hammond got fined $1,000. So she was just like, you know what? We can't even speak up. Every time we speak up, we just get fined. So I don't care. I'm just going to tell it. Yeah. I don't know. But conflict of interest. Yeah. She's a bright woman, but it looks really bad. She plays really well. Fade away. Yeah. So I don't know, but my only thing is that I'm not quite sure why are the players agreeing with Fee? Is it because of the money and the officiating? True. I'm not so sure it's the physicality part, because that's the part they worship. I thought about that too, Sarah, if it would eventually be a 5-on-5. But the ratings were not good, and the media folks were willing to stick with them again, but they're going to have to do better than they did. Yeah, the F-bombs, I can't. It's just, why would she lie? Because she stands to benefit. She has a league. She has a league. And here's the thing. I'm just laying this out. Who has Nafisa Collier and her husband tried really, really hard? They said they were going to put a full court press last year. Who was the player they tried to get in Unrivaled to bring eyeballs and offered to pay her up above $1,000 to play from January to March? Who's that player? Tell me who the player is that Nafisa Collier wanted to come to play for her team, for her league, because it was going to help the league. I'm seeing it already. CC. Okay. Who does she call by name and say, I mentioned Paige, Caitlin, Angel, and she told me, and the look came on her face because she knew it was the dagger. She said, Caitlin wouldn't even have the money. She wouldn't have the money if we didn't give her the platform. So I'm going to ask again. Does she stand to benefit from divulging that information in hopes that Caitlin is going to feel some kind of way about the commissioner and some kind of loyalty to Nafisa Collier? Call it good business. Call it whatever you want to call it. But Nafisa Collier is no dummy. So she does stand to benefit. But I'm not saying she's lying. I'm not saying she lied. I'm saying it could be context of how she said it. Right. Notice that Kathy didn't say Angel and Paige should get on their knees and be grateful. No, she said the whole league should get on their knees and be grateful. She said everybody. What she said with Caitlin was, she said, I told her, how do you justify Caitlin, Paige, and Angel making only this amount as rookies when they're driving so much revenue? And she said then that Kathy said Caitlin should be glad, should thank her lucky stars or whatever, should be glad because without the WNBA, Caitlyn would not have a platform. So she narrowed that into Caitlyn. And Nafisa Collier knew exactly that was going to blow people up. And it sure did. Not saying she didn't say it. Right? Not saying that. I'm not saying that Kathy Engelberg didn't say it. I'm saying Nafisa knew that if she shared it, it was going to be on. Definitely unprofessional if it was true. But my guess too, Foxter, is did you sit down and have this conversation in good faith? Did you sit down in good faith and both of you are saying what you're saying? I mean, business-wise, generally speaking, are we saying this? Okay, this is off the record. This is how we think. This is how we feel. Let me tell you, listen, I think Caitlyn should be glad that she's got the platform she's got because she wouldn't be, I don't know. Either way, it was a weird statement if she said it because Caitlyn already had money. But again, what was the context? All I'm saying is none of us know the integrity of feet. Players and coaches all seem to trust her and hate Kathy. Why do you think they hate Kathy, though, Clara? It's certainly not about the physicality of the league because they love that too. They mad at Kathy because they want more money. So yeah, they're gonna back, and that's your those are your peers. In any job, that's just kind of the way it works, So all I'm saying is we're adults and none of us knows what happened. But again, I'm not saying that Nafisa Collier lied. I'm saying context is everything. And even if she told the flat out truth, I'm still saying, do you trust Nafisa Collier with your info now? If you're having a private conversation with her, that's all I'm saying. Was it a private conversation? I think so. Or whoever else was in the room, but I don't know. I haven't heard from anyone else. She said, I sat across from Kathy. In this day and age, I'm thinking everybody seems to record everything. Jojo said, call me cynical, but as you said, Adrienne, sports is a microcosm of society, seeing a lot of corruption, lies, and deceit going on everywhere. It's political on both sides. Political. Brian says, Collier sneaky. She knew exactly what she was doing. Did some research. Apparently, she comes from a family of politicians, which is probably why she's in that role she's in. Yeah. Squirrely says she was very strategic in her speech. That was the point. I just looked at her eyes. I knew she was about to drop the bomb. She said, I said, what about Caitlyn Page? And she said, and her eyes went up. She knew she was dropping the bomb. And she had enough. Sari says there is no bad press for this league, though, because people are saying, people are criticizing Kathy for sure, but there are people out there criticizing Nafisa Collier as well. So if that was true, Kathy thinks all the success is about her. Well, who was it talking about? Was it Stephanie? I read an article, and Stephanie White had said something like, she said, well, the way the league is headed, right? The way the league is headed is the direction they needed to go in, right? So does Kathy Engelberg get credit for that as well? Does she not get credit for the media rights deal at all? Or do we just say, no, she doesn't get any credit at all? Like, are we being fair? I'm a little suspect whenever you get all the old guard WNBA people and everybody is piled on to Kathy. Everybody's pushing it. I don't trust all them people. So I don't know. So from a leadership perspective, he should not have made those statements openly. She was fed up. Yeah. How many of them just went with the physicality because they didn't want to look soft to the other players? Is it now that everyone's seeing that many people are sick of it, they can speak out? I still don't think they. I think when they start talking about the refs, they're not even talking about the obvious physicality from some of them. They're just saying, it wasn't my, I didn't even foul there, or it was a touch foul, it was a ticky-tack foul. I'm thinking that they have to be completely gutted. Yep, new leadership. Yep, a whole new culture, because and this is what Kathy Engelberg did say today, that we all have to talk, because we got to find out what the players want to be able to be physical. Who did I hear? I heard another player say that today. Like, we want to be physical. Sophie, I think it was Sophie. We want to be physical, but we don't want all that kind of stuff. So they want to be physical. So how physical do you want to be? And I think that's what she's saying. They all have to come together and figure that out, and then consistently call it. Was it better before Kathy? Listen, in the early days, it wasn't like this. They didn't have a commissioner in the early days. They had the president, Val Ackerman. I found from Kathy today, it was Adam Silver who wanted a commissioner, right? So in the early days, it was basketball, which is semi-physical, but it wasn't this whole beat your chest, we're physical stuff. It wasn't like that. I don't remember that. I remember physical, play like regular basketball. Somebody comes through the lane, you don't let people just come through the lane. You bump people. I mean, that's just typical basketball. Somebody cuts through the lane, you bump them, that kind of thing. Then it was like, can we hand check? Can we not hand check? All that stuff. But the stuff that we see now, even the conversation about physicality, you can't even watch a game without hearing from the commentators constant physicality. That word is, count the amount of times you hear that word in a positive way in a game. It's unbelievable. It wasn't like that. And I keep wondering if that changed with Diana Taurasi. I left. I didn't come back to full-time watching the WNBA until Caitlin Clark last season. I've been gone for like 20 years, except for looking here and there. I was a Houston Comets fan, first 4 championships. But we're not going to see the Caitlin Clark type skill with the current DNA of the league. That's why I did my video last night that said, fix the problems and do it now before Caitlin comes back. Because after she sat out for a whole season, nobody wants her to step back on the court in May, and she's getting grabbed and pulled and poked and ridden like a horse all the way up the court for 94 feet. We're done with that. We're tired of that. Like, we want to see basketball. We want to see fluidity. No, we don't want people to be chumps. We don't want people to not be able, they used to say no blood, no foul. You've heard that. So we don't want blood. Ask Cameron Brink. You don't want blood all over their faces and eyeballs poked out and people sucker punching you in the back. But you want basketball, and there's some contact, but this is more than that. And so the officiating is a problem. And so Kathy Engelberg has to take some responsibility for that. But in my opinion, so does Nafisa Collier, so does Alyssa Thomas, so does so-and-so and so-and-so, and all these players who said, oh, what do you want us to do? Not defend? So everybody bears some responsibility. Yeah. No, I think she should too. Got a video coming on that. I think she should too. She says she's not. But you think Fee has a recording? She might. But something tells me Kathy doesn't know it because she flat out denied it. But I think her denial is probably more of how she said it. I don't know. But I think people want to see good basketball. They want to see the logo threes. They want to see good passes. They don't want to see a bunch of women lying out all over the floor. I'm hearing people say you don't even see that in football. Or like you don't even see that in the NBA. And some might say the NBA got too weak. But yeah. The league is moving forward because of Caitlin and in spite of Engelberg. I don't know what she's doing behind the scenes, but I mean, Caitlyn's not getting the media rights deal and stuff, but her being there makes a difference, huge. You know, I mean, I don't feel like we have to say it's all Caitlyn and you have not helped at all and you have not helped at all. And I mean, you know, it's this whole competition thing. And I think that's a problem that people have with Kathy Engelbert because they felt like she did not want to give Caitlyn any credit. And I think that's what turned off some fans because if she mentioned Caitlyn, she had to mention all these other people, but she's not even the only one. The players are doing the same. The players were doing the same thing. So it's kind of funny that Nafisa Collier pointed out what she said about Caitlyn. Sophie told us, because Sophie don't care. Sophie told us in her podcast when it first started, was it the first episode, that she played on Phoenix and she knows what the players, were also saying. That's why I say everybody bears some responsibility because they were doing the same mess. How do we take Caitlyn down? We got people saying, Asia Wilson, it's because Caitlyn is white. That's why she gets credit because she's white and you got your white privilege and it burns, it hurts my stomach or burns my stomach or whatever she said, makes me sick to my stomach when they say it's not about Caitlyn being white because that's why. So they're doing the same thing they mad at Kathy for doing. Hypocrites. We saw it. Oh, you coming up here with some grown women. And there was some truth to what Diana Taurasi said. But Diana Taurasi is the number one person of the physicality. Every story almost that they tell about Diana Taurasi is how much she hurt them. And they have embraced that and feel good about it. That's sick. Diana Taurasi is about to retire. What memory do you have? Oh, I remember I was coming through the lane and she punched me in the neck. And I'm in the club now. Oh, Diana Taurasi, she tripped me. And yeah, they love it. It's like a spirit, I'm telling you. Yeah. I know that she said she wasn't leaving. What's up, such a pretty lady? I know that she said she wasn't leaving, but I think she's going to. I mean, unless she has this really wonderful conversation next week with Nafisa Collier, because they are going to have a conversation, and then they come back and maybe they do a joint press conference, and maybe Nafisa says, "Hey, we're talking this thing out. Everybody, let's get behind our commissioner. We work some things out," and and that's a possibility. Unless she does that. I don't know. And she says she talked to some other players this week as well. This week as well. I agree with Debbie Antonelli. Physical under the basket, but not outside the paint. And guards should have freedom of movement. Definitely should be freedom of movement. And physical is fine to a certain extent, but impeding people's movement and even under the basket, like you got to be able to back down or whatever. But the lowering of the shoulder and the stuff that we see, like even from AT and stuff, and and the thing about it is that people are like, well, why did the players do it? That's why I say it's within the DNA of the league, because human nature is to do what you get away with. So if I can grab you and not get called, I'm trying to win a game, I'm likely going to do that. That's just human nature. Like Paige said, I had to learn how to play defense while fouling. It wasn't like that in college. But when I got here, I realized, well, that's what they let you do. And they're not even consistent with it. I think that's part of the frustrating part. If you're undercutting somebody on this end of the floor, then why aren't we getting the same call on the other end of the floor? Right? If Asia Wilson can constantly move on her screens and do stuff like that, or people pushing, knocking Lexi down, all that stuff, and it's okay, how does AB foul out in a game 5? An all-star, as Sophie pointed out today. Even though a foul should be a foul, Sophie's right about the culture is, generally speaking, your all-stars, like your Jordans, your Kobe's, they got a better whistle or a look away. But a game 5 on Aaliyah Boston going for a rebound, gets fouled out of the game, and then Megan Gustafson flopping, and you foul out this all-star that you have zero respect for. There was a definite agenda. So the inconsistency is part of the problem too. It's bad, number one, but if you're gonna be bad, can you be bad on both ends of the floor so I can adjust to your badness? But if you're up and down, I can't even adjust. That's how you usually tell your players, like, watch how the official is calling it, and then you adjust. But you can't adjust if the official is up and down. It gets wild. Yeah, you're welcome to the W moment. Exactly. I did a video on that too. How many people they're welcome, and I thought it was so interesting whose video that was. They asked about the welcome. Who's the guy? Oh, who is the guy? He gave his welcome to the NBA moment. Somebody was interviewing him. It was Candace Parker. Who did they have? Who did she have on the show? She has somebody on the show, and she asked for his welcome to the NBA moment. And you could tell they expected to be some horror story. I know who it was. Somebody who was talking about watching Tim Duncan. Who was the dude? He was talking about watching Tim Duncan and how he was so fascinated by Tim Duncan and the way he played the game. And that when Tim Duncan actually spoke to him, he was kind of talking a little bit of trash to him, fun, laughing. And he felt so like, oh my goodness, I have so much respect for this. I don't remember who this famous player is that Candace Parker and Aaliyah Boston had on the show. Yeah, you remember that, Lisa, right? I don't remember who it was, but he talked about it. And I thought they looked so surprised because they expected his welcome to the NBA moment to be some kind of trauma, getting clothesline, and his welcome to the NBA moment was something where somebody actually was uplifting him and doing something positive. Yeah, he was totally like, wow. That's what I'm saying. It's in the culture. And that, I think, needs to be gutted out from the top to create so that the new people coming up. That's why in my video today, I said, I listened to Caitlin talk, and I'm like, that's somebody who could be the commissioner. Of course, she's young, but her investment in this league, her desire to see these young people come into a league where you care about people, where they matter, and where it's a good place to play. Right, Jody. It was nothing about physicality. Yes. Unculture the culture. There you go. I like that. That's what they need on their t-shirts. Unculture the culture. Yeah, game over, Kevin. All right, guys. I didn't know we'd be hanging out this long after with the Aces and the Mercury. And I hate to say it, but I'm glad the Aces won. Yes, Blake Griffin. Thank you. Yes, it was. And Miss Parker had that too. Yes. Yeah. And I thought it was so cool to listen to him talk. Why is it that you're a man? He's a man. And he's talking about how he was so received, and his welcome to the league moment was really a cool one. But the ladies feel like they got to welcome somebody by punching them in the neck, by tripping them, by all this stuff. I still remember when Chinea Gumake gave her little story. She was so scared of Diana Taurasi when she came into the league. And, oh, my goodness, I'm so scared and I'm shaking. And my sister said, just be, you'll be okay. And so she said, Diana Taurasi says something to her, or did something to her going through the lane, and she kind of pushed back on her, and Diana Taurasi came up to her, and she said, I was like, and she said, and then she was like, I see you. And then Chinea was like, I'm like, that's sick. I'm sorry. I ain't feeling that. Nobody ain't making me shake. Huh. Martha said, didn't we pray a few months ago for new leadership? Come on, somebody, right? Sometimes it looks ugly when it comes through. All right, Smoke. I know. Here we are. Go Aces. Woo. All right. Sari, thank you so much for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Yeah. All right, guys. It's bullying, but it's them giving themselves to it. I remember somebody said to me, do you bleed easily? I said, about as easy as you do. But it was supposed to be a situation where I was supposed to be like intimidated. I'm like, no, we're not playing that game. But, you know. All right. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, every super chat. All of it. All the comments, all the hanging out. It feels a little bit better since our team's not in it. If you're a Fever fan, we're not in it. No couch runs or anything like that. But, hey, DB didn't win tonight. AT didn't win tonight. Unfortunately, Asia won, but, you know, what you gonna do? All right, everybody. Good hanging out. Hit the like button if you haven't. Check out the video I did earlier. I got videos coming. Be ready. Make sure your notifications are on. Also, Adrienne Ross Squared. Go check that out as well. People are asking for a Bible study, so we got to get going with that. Got to get that planned out. But, yeah, I think we solved all the problems too, Brian. Good night, everybody. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you.